Video games do a thing that no other industry does. You cannot be bad at watching a movie. You cannot be bad at listening to an album. But you can be bad at playing a video game, and the video game will punish you and deny you access to the rest of the video game.
The original Tomb Raider games are quite intimidating experiences for a new player. This is it. This is how it all began in 1996 with the original Lara Croft at the entrance to the caves. Now, she doesn't have that much with her on the adventure. Not deep warm clothing for the cold environment, and only a pair of dual pistols and a compass to help her navigate her way through the unforgiving terrain ahead. But that's fine. For the wary player who knows what's coming, one step forward, one step back, turn in a circle 3 times, and then jump backwards once you're facing the same direction you started, and you'll instantly unlock all of the weapons in the original game. That's Uzis, Magnums, and a shotgun. All of these weapons have limited ammo. They could be picked up as you traverse the caves, but use them without too much careful attention and you'll find yourself reversing back to the pistols. You won't be able to fight your way out if you get ambushed. This is a real problem. But if you don't need to worry about ammo, if you don't need to care about stocking up as you go along and you just want to play through the game, this is a way to make the game immensely satisfying and easier to get through. Of course, even then there are puzzles that you could find difficult to get through and you just want to advance to the next level. So one step forward, one step back, turn the circle 3 times and jump forwards, and you'll instantly finish the level and restart at the following area. So any player back in 1996 on a computer, the PlayStation versions of these games had slightly different varying controls, but it was quite an easy way to take the stress out of the playthrough. If you could load up the shotgun, you could take these walls up with absolutely no problem, and you'll be able to complete the rest of the game without too much hassle. The developers of Tomb Raider 2 knew that the experience was pretty much the same, and that players who had done this in the first game would know about the commode going forwards. Now, Tomb Raider 2 gave you a little bit more to your arsenal. You start with a shotgun, and the total number of the weapons in the game are massively increased. But they had a surprise for the unwary. If you do exactly the same code you did last time, if you do one step forwards, one step back, turn in a circle 3 times, and then jump forwards or backwards, you'll be in for a bit of a surprise. Lara literally explodes, causing a massive damage to the area around her, but ending the game for the player. But that's fine, because if you looked it up online or found a guide, you'd be able to find this code does work with one minor modification. All you need to do is open up your inventory and take out a flare. Light the flare and then go through the same commodes as before. One step forwards, one step back, turn around in a circle 3 times and jump backwards to restock your weapon inventory. There are loads more weapons in Tomb Raider 2. It's a really satisfying game to go through. So you've got your shotgun, your pistols, your Uzis, the M16, a rocket launcher and the harpoon gun. And the harpoon gun's not that powerful unless you're in the water. For the first time, Lara doesn't have to be ambushed by underwater enemies, but the grenade launcher in particular is satisfying. On the other hand, if you want to just take out your foes from a distance, if you don't want to get up close with them, the M16 is quite a slow gun to get going, but it's got really long range and really high damage output. And then the level select cheat works just the same as it did before. One step forward, one step back, turn the circle, and this time jump forwards rather than backwards. Remember to light that flare. At the end of each level, or some levels, there's a small cutscene which you can skip if you want to, advance you forward to the next level, and let's just see how much easier the Venice section is if you arm Lara with the grenade launcher. no problems. Tomb Raider 3 does things ever so slightly differently. Use the same controls from last time and the same cheat code, it won't work exactly the same. You need to do one more iteration, one more adjustment. So you need to open your guns and this time step backwards and step forwards. And then crouch, stand up again, turn in a circle 3 times and jump backwards to restock Lara's inventory. There's a whole load of new weapons in Tomb Raider 3. It's an even bigger arsenal than Tomb Raider 2. Two of some of my favourite are the grenade launcher and the rocket launcher, which are slightly different. These are best shown off in the next level, however. So, one step open guns, one step backwards, one step forwards, crouch, stand up, turn the circle 3 times, and jump forwards to advance forwards through the game. Again, short cutscene you can either watch or skip, and then the you finished the level screen comes up. The most overpowered weapon has to be the rocket launcher, so let's see just how well this weapon fares against the snakes in the jungle. With no need to worry about ammo, it's really easy to just plow through the game stress-free using these commands. The big innovation of Tomb Raider 4, in addition to all the stuff aforementioned, is the introduction of these sweeping long camera shots to establish a lot of the areas when you enter new places. They also changed the inventory and management system quite substantially, meaning that the control codes, the cheat codes from before, are not going to work exactly the same. You do have to do things slightly differently. So they are situational. You're going to need, first of all, to find a way to orient Lara so she's facing due north. The easiest way to do this is to find a block, stand at the north face, climb onto it and drop down, and you see the compass on the menu screen, how it goes transparent when Lara is facing exactly north. Now that the needle on the thing is transparent, if you want help, what you need to do is go through the inventory and go to the small medipack. You can give yourself unlimited medipack by holding down the buttons G, U, N, S while the medipack is selected. Or go to the large medipack and hold down the keys W, E, A, P, O, N, S to get unlimited large medipacks. These will also unlock for you all ammo and all different weapons. No. So here we have the different weapons that you can unlock in the game. Tomb Raider 4 actually had a much reduced arsenal. There's less choice of weapons, but they introduced the ability for you to switch between different weapon types, such as this flash grenade that will stun enemies. This is also the game that introduced Lara to the crossbow, and you can equip with different ammo types, such as the explosive round. So use the crossbow to snipe these exploding darts. All of the weapons were subtly changed. The shotgun is still your high damage but relatively short thing. There's the introduction of the revolver, the one-handed gun. But the Uzis and the dual pistols return as per normal. So to skip forward a level, you need to do exactly the same as before. You need to make sure Lara is facing due north, latch onto a block and drop down, go to the load screen and hold down the commands H, E, L, P, leave the inventory menu, and you'll find yourself advancing forwards through the game. Putting all of these commands together, you shouldn't find it too difficult to progress through the game stress-free, although unless you want to skip all of it, you are still going to find a lot of traps and puzzles that Lara can't overcome just because she has unlimited ammo. Now, by appearance, Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles has very similar orientation and appearance to Tomb Raider 4. It's pretty much built off the same engine, but the cheat commands are very different. There is no compass to tell you when you're facing due north. The area system has been replaced with this Timex device that you carry around with you. but you can still get some assistance. It's maybe not as necessary, as Tomb Raider Chronicles is probably the easiest of the 5 original games, but if you want to get some assistance and unlock some cheats on the PC version, the first thing you're going to do is need to get Lara hurt. So requirements for this: she has to have one of each type of medipack in order for this cheat to work. Either one small medipack or one large medipack. Now that she's been done this, we'll bring her down to less than half health. I don't actually know what the minimum health requirements are for you to do this, but guides I've read online and from experience, if you're around half health, you should be fine. So I'm going to save now so I can come back to this point. But what you need to do first of all is go to the small medipack, hold the look command and press the numeric key 0. You can see there that that's when you then use the small medipacks, you get unlimited small medipacks. If you use the look command on the large medipack when you have 1 and less than full health, it will work. However, as she's got full health, it doesn't work in this instance. So let's reload that game when she's at half health. Load the 1 large medipack, hold the look key, and then press the key number 9. That gave us unlimited large medipacks when we selected the medipack. This means you can play through the game with unlimited small and large medipacks if you activate both cheat commands. There is, however, no level skip on the PC version of Tomb Raider Chronicles I've been able to find. And there's one weird thing where if you unlock this, do the command but then don't use the small medipack, the medipack will disappear and you'll be unusable till you pick a new one up in the game. Same for the large medipack, unlock it but don't use the medipack and it will disappear, meaning you've essentially wiped one out of your inventory. The lack of a level skip function is a little bit disappointing about Tomb Raider 5, but the game is not too difficult to complete. It's one of the shortest, definitely the shortest of the original 5 games by quite a long way. The reason for that is that the dev team were really getting tired of working with Lara Croft. They'd tried to kill her off in the previous game, and even though that hadn't been successful, their attention and focus was on looking to the future, on what would happen when Lara entered the PlayStation 2 era. However, not having a level skip, it means even though you've got the benefit of full health, of the ability to refill your health at any point, you're still going to have to play through the game as per normal and try to avoid making any stupid mistakes that will kill you in one go. On the PlayStation 2, Lara arrived in what can arguably not be seen as her most glorious moment. Angel of Darkness was a famously rushed and incomplete game, and one of the evidence of that, above anything else, is the lack of cheat codes. Even though this was made by the same developer and publisher, there is no ability without modifying the game or entering in the debug menu for Lara to get all weapons or unlocks or even skip through the levels. If you actually want to play Angel of Darkness, I'm sorry, you're going to have to play it, even for the buggy mess it is.
That bin looks climbable. To climb onto the bin, stand next to it. To grab the balcony, walk to the edge of the bin and press the jump key. Then press the up cursor key to climb up.
This game was so poorly received that the publisher Eidos actually took the license away from Core Design, the people who invented Tomb Raider, and they handed it over to Crystal Dynamics, who have had the license ever since. Now, from Tomb Raider Legend onwards, they took a slightly different approach, where cheats aren't so much something you can use to help you get through the game, they're things you unlock upon completion. These are more reward mechanics than honest-to-goodness cheats. You can get a selection of different things such as outfits, crystal upgrades and special techniques, but you're going to have to complete the game first, so good luck with that.